Yo, what is good, everybody? It is your boy Poppy Wolf. Welcome back to another episode of Boruto. Sorry this review is coming out late. I've been busy this past weekend with a little bit of the week, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna have to bring the video out later. But it's, better late than never, I say. So let's talk about this newest episode of Boruto and how epic it was to see fucking Naruto just use that fucking move, man. Like, I had no expectations. Like, I didn't expect this episode to be so fire for the first half. But let's get into it. So the episode begins where we last left off with Naruto versus Delta. And it is pretty cool that we see how freaked out Delta is. Delta's really shocked to see the fact that Kawaki has just literally sacrificed his own self just to put a damper in her plan and stuff, which is something I don't think they expected. I think she expected him just to be a loyal vessel to Kara. Naruto gets pissed at this, and this is the first time we see Naruto push Delta. Now Naruto's doing so much, and a lot of people are probably gonna be like, why didn't Naruto just one-shot her? Naruto states at the end of this episode why he doesn't do it, but we're gonna get to that eventually. But so during this fight, Naruto's just handling Delta. He and her, like, the fight scenes look more fluid this episode, and I suspected that they would, and they really did. And this fight actually looks a lot cleaner now. It's not to the full extent that I would want it to be, like, in sense of like how dope it was, but it was cleaner, and it was definitely something that I really enjoyed seeing. I loved seeing the fight between both of course I loved seeing the fight between Naruto and Delta, and just the fact that everyone's kind of watching how strong Naruto really is. And even when he tells Delta, like, I warned you, don't touch these kids or they're gonna get fucked up, she's like, why do you care so much? And he's like, bitch, he's like my other son. And it's just really cool to see that. And just when we thought, like, damn, she's really like pushed against the wall, she starts trying to use her degeneration beams, or I think, yeah, because they kill people who regenerate. Naruto's able just to stop. He literally stops it with the Rasangan, makes it to a giant Rasangan, makes it to a massive Rasangan. Boy, this man is making a fucking spirit bomb, bro. That's how dope this was. And this Delta's matching it, and like she's using the output of her eye to absorb the jutsu with her dojutsu. You got fucking Naruto making a super massive Rasangan. She can't absorb enough to the point. She's literally a capacity. She has a huge capacity she could take in, but she even mentions, like, dude, this man's chakra reserves are huge. I don't like, she's even getting worried. And when everyone's looking like, yo, what is he trying to do? What is she trying to do? He's like, oh, he's trying to blow her up. She knows for a fact that she can't take in all this. So his best bet to make sure that this doesn't go haywire is to make sure she absorbs every little ounce of chakra that he can give her before she, like, blows up. And eventually, during this whole standoff, her eye gives out, and because her eye gives out, she's able to, hold on, give me a second. And because, sorry, I had to close the door. And because her eye gives out, she isn't able to absorb the jutsu any longer. And because of that, she gets hit with probably the fucking most insane Rasangan I've ever seen. Look, I know we've seen a lot more powerful ones, like the Rasengan Shuriken, the Lava Rasengan Shuriken, the ceiling one. There's a bunch. There's a whole bunch of Rasangans that are like more OP than this one. But you have to remember, this one, it's sheer size, it's sheer like owningness of this whole thing makes it deadly. And just to see how huge it is, like, it's huge, like, dude, it's fucking huge. It's like, oh my lord. And just when I was like, oh damn, here it comes, I'm waiting for it, we see what happens. He hits her with it. She's trapped literally in the middle, and she's still left alive. And while Kawaki's like, we need to kill her, we need to shut this bitch down, Naruto's really quick to be like, no, we need information out of her. There is a reason I didn't kill her, guys. Like, we need to like, pry some info out of her. What's so cool about Delta is she really gives me the android vibes from Dragon Ball Z. It really does. And especially with this last part where she blows herself up, like, it's almost like if any one of these people lose the fight, they just will blow themselves up. And it reminds me of the whole bomb in the chest from the Android saga. that both Android 17, Android 18, and 16, 19, 20, and even I think Cell might have had one. Yeah, but yeah, it definitely gave me big ol' Android feels, and we're led to believe like, damn, so Delta's dead, and everyone's waiting for her and Kashin Koji to come back, and Kashin Koji's taking his sweet time because he also wants to use Boruto as the same way they want to use Kawaki. So I think they want to use Boruto as a possible vessel as well. Now, that first half of this episode was amazing. The second half is a tad bit more interesting, though. It's introducing us to probably who the next big bad of that we're gonna see in the fight, which is Boro. So we see these church-looking, kind of a Spada-looking fucks coming to a village, and this village is looking like it's suffering from, like, I don't know, it's like some sort of, it's a smog that's like infecting the entirety of the village. But Boro and his crew show up, and they just wave their magical hands, and they absorb this sickness or this illness, and they're basically prepping all these people for the infinite Tsukiyomi, which is interesting. So we got the infinite Tsukiyomi making its return. So then we already know that the car is trying to make their own version of the tree, the chakra tree. So what's coming next? Like, it's really seeming like we're setting up to seeing like Kaguya's plan come into fruition once again, and Boro seems to be the head of it. And even Code and Boro have this little exchange that leads me to believe that although Boro's pretty big and like he looks pretty powerful, I don't believe he's as powerful as the other members of Kara. And this is kind of confirmed when him and Code are having a discussion, and he's like fighting with Code, and Code goes, "I'd rather not have to try to take you in by force." And Boro kind of lets him go and goes, "Whatever, I guess I'll come with you." And that exchange alone leads me to believe that, so is Code the strongest higher ranked member of Kara, second to Jigen? Like, was he stronger than Delta? Was he stronger than Boro? Well, he's obviously, it's hinted to alluded that he's stronger than Boro. Like, is Kashin Koji stronger than Code? Like, we still don't know how powerful Kashin Koji is. We know he is literally brutal. And are there any other higher ranked members, higher up members? I think we've been alluded to a couple. I don't know yet. But yeah, RIP Delta. It looks like Delta's dead. She blew herself up. I don't think she's alive, honestly. This bitch, she took the easy way out. And yeah, so for my biggest predictions is like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to expect in these coming episodes. I know we're gonna see armless Kawaki for a bit. I know they could probably make him a prosthetic arm. Another thing is, are we gonna see training? Are we gonna see Kawaki training now that he's seen how powerful people who practice ninjutsu can be against the Kara organization? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, guys, this episode, honestly, straight up 9 out of 10. It was solid. It was definitely a great A episode. It's a lot better than the last episode. I want to say, because I just think that last episode was good. There was that emotional like cliffhanger with Kawaki's arm, but this one was just satisfying. It was just that Supermassive Rasangan already is what made me go like, oh shit, I gotta put this episode over the board. And now that we get to see Boro and have a hint for probably the next big bad coming up, is definitely interesting. I'm really happy. Hopefully we see Boruto and Kawaki handle this guy, because it seems like he might be the weakest member of Kara. And even though he might be the weakest member, that by no means means he is weak. But yeah, this is me. This is your boy Papa Wolf saying peace out, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Sorry for the lateness. I'm gonna try to be better on my schedule, but we'll see. I'm a fucking mongrel. Thank you guys so much for everything. And remember, guys, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below if you guys have any questions about this episode. Like, did Delta really die? I personally believe she did, but if you guys don't think so, lead me to an interesting conversation on why you don't believe that. Anyways, guys, peace out, peace and love. 1,000 subscribers. Deuces.